What is going on, guys? This is Jeremy Scott, and I am back. That's right, I'm back, actually recording something for the masses to see instead of just me doing uploads of video game gameplay. But not that I don't like to do that, not that, it's the worst thing in the world to do, but we're actually going to do something interesting today. Let's get all the formalities out of the way. My name is Jeremy Scott. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, why don't you consider subscribing? I mean, we've already got 80 subscribers. Why don't you add your name to the list? Because that'd be awesome. Just hit that little red button down below, and then also hit that bell for notifications so you know when I upload, because I don't upload every day because I have a life and I work 7 days a week now, so that's even better. So depressing thinking about that. Follow me on Twitter at Jeremy Scott LP. So, and that's pretty much it. I don't have sponsors. I don't have, 50 million outlets for getting a hold of people, but, it is what it is. Let me give you a little rundown of what's going on. Shit's been real the last month and a half. Like I said, I've been working 7 days a week. It is ridiculous. I have, no free time. On top of me working 7 days a week, I've been upgrading a little bit. In fact, I got myself a nice new big fancy monitor. I got me a nice new microphone. And I'm using my camera to record instead of my webcam. So this is probably going to become the norm, just so you guys are aware of this. So things are looking up. Things are getting improved. That's all obviously a positive. Let's see what else is going on. I'm moving. Yep. Moving to bitch. So, there's that too. So, this setup you see right now will be slightly different. You probably won't even notice. Well, you probably will, but it'll be a little more contained. The Funkos will have a little more prevalence. My May is right there. She's one of my secondaries. May is, or actually, she's not even a secondary for me. She's more of a tridary, whatever the fuck, like a third stringer. Yeah, she's like third string for me. Diva was actually January. She's actually one of my secondaries. Ooh. We'll see that in March, but March is actually one of my secondaries also. I don't even know if my main's even on here. I should look. Of course, if you watch me play Overwatch, then yeah, my main's on here, obviously. If you watch me play Overwatch, if you watch Overwatch, you know who my main is. But for February, it's May. I'm sorry you didn't get to see Diva. I'm sorry. It's just how the world works. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling off the topic here, but yeah, so a lot of things are going to be changing over the next couple of weeks, but let me let you know what's going on. Since everybody's so curious about it, and since, it's taken me a little bit to kind of get things organized and things the way I want to get it to go and all that other bullshit. Starting on Tuesday, we're going to do, well, actually, I guess I should do an overview of exactly what we're going to do here on the channel. After debating about it for a very long time and have tried different methods and really tried to gauge what I should do, my highest rated video is a fucking compilation video that I made just kind of off the cuff, which is true. I did make that off the cuff. I had guidelines of, I just kind of made a list of things that pissed me off about 2K, but that's been my biggest video on my entire channel, which has over 11,000 views. So thank you guys for getting it that high. That is a positive for me. So, but obviously I need to have more content that's going to generate that kind of interest. So we're going to try something that I initially did on the channel, which is what I did was video game news and info and rumors and shit like that. So we're going to actually hit on that today. Some of it's old news, but I'm going to bring it up anyway, but just tell you how I feel about it. But every Tuesday we're going to have a new series. It's called The Supply Drop because I couldn't think of anything better. But we're going to go over new releases, some of the biggest news to come out of the gaming industry for the week, anything major that's happening will be covered in that. We'll go over all the new releases and I'll give you my feedback, and I'll give you what Metacritic is saying about the games, and so that way you know what's going on in the world of video games. And then on Thursday or Friday, I'm still debating, probably Friday, we're going to do This Week in WWE, because that's the other thing I know enough about that I can be viable on. So we're going to go over 10 things, 3 things from 3 things from Raw, 2 things from SmackDown, 2 things basically, 1 from NXT, 1 from 205 Live, and then we're going to go over 3 major newsworthy, or rumors that are out on the rumor mill, what we're going to cover every Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to cover that every week. We're going to go over all the biggest talking points from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live, and all the biggest news and rumors that are floating around in the stratosphere. We're going to go over all that here on the channel. And then the weekend will be reserved for The Last Point. What will that be about? It could be about just about anything. Maybe it's a video game review that I really want to do. Maybe I'm going to bitch about something that's currently trending in the world. It could be anything, but it'll be The Last Point. So my flagship show, the show that I've done for the longest amount of time. If you go back to my old channel from 10 years ago, that was always my mainstay, basically. So that'll be on the weekends. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going. That's the set process that I'm going to go with. And if you guys enjoy it, then you guys enjoy it. If you guys don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I can't do the same video over and over. So we have to try new things. So that's what we're going to do. So, like I said, Tuesday, supply drop. Thursday or Friday will be This Week in WWE, and either Saturday or Sunday, depending on my mood, will be The Last Point. So that's what we can look forward to in the future. This does not, well, I guess you could count this as The Last Point, but it's kind of more of a, yeah, fuck it, we'll say this is The Last Point. I'm Jeremy Scott, and this is The Last Point. So after you listen to me babble for 6 minutes, here we are at The Last Point. Whoop-de-doo! Yay! We get to... Fuck. Anyway, we're going to discuss a couple things that are that have been floating around in my mind. Basically, it's just me venting. This week is going to be me venting because there's a lot of shit on my mind. One thing I want to discuss, though, is Burnout Paradise Remaster. I am so fucking excited about this. I didn't know about this until last week, but damn it, I'm super psyched about it. If you haven't heard, Burnout Paradise is getting a remaster. It's coming out on the 16th of March. That's getting close. It's the 24th. It's about to turn into the 25th. It's getting closer and closer. It's a little over 2 weeks away. I'm excited. It's got a $40 price tag, but I'm willing to pay $40 for a 4K remaster. And I got myself my 4K TV. I got me my Xbox One X finally. So a 4K remaster of Burnout Paradise, I'm all over, dude. And it's supposed to run natively in 4K at 60 frames per second, which pristine. Those crashes are going to look fantastic. I can't wait. It's exciting. I'm excited. I'm just... Calm down. Just calm down just a little bit. A little bit more information if you're not completely in tune with what's going on nowadays. This will actually include all the DLC that was ever released with the original game, except for the Time Savers pack, which basically unlocked all the cars. That will not be in this set, but, I'm okay with that. That gives me something to do. I mean, I have no problem, because that was actually the first, fun fact, Burnout Paradise was actually the first game that I platinumed on my PS3, because I didn't really have a 360 back then. But it was the first game I platinumed, and I took all the time in the world to do the frickin' time trials and to do the frickin' burn routes and all that crap, and finding all the cars and getting the fastest time on every street was insanely time consuming, but I did it. And I was proud of myself because it took me hours on hours on hours to get it done. And I finally got it, and I was so stoked when I finished it. So, and I'm glad it's coming back. It gives me something to do 10 years later, since we can't get a goddamn sequel. We can't get a sequel to Burnout Paradise, but we can get a remaster. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that, because Burnout Paradise was just so well made, and it was just so good. So, I mean, I can live without the sequel. I would hope that if enough people buy this, that a sequel will be put into, fast tracking, which would be awesome on in and of itself, but I'll live with this. There is a PC version coming. It's going to be exclusive to Origin through EA, but there's no release date on that yet, but it will be coming, I'm assuming, probably in the summer. There is no Switch version, so I'm sorry Nintendo doesn't want to sit here and put such a fantastic game on their console, but oh well. I have an Xbox One X, so I'll just have to live with it. EA Access members will actually get a 10-hour preview of the game, and they can get that actually on the 9th of March, which I have EA Access now, so I'm definitely going to use that first 10 hours come the 9th, so I'm all over that shit. It will support 8-player multiplayer, which was in the original game, so everything should run a hell of a lot nicer now. And that's the thing. I've been wanting a sequel to this for a very long time, but we just haven't gotten it. I even downloaded the backward compatible version on my Xbox and played it. I didn't play it to the extent that I did when I originally had it, just because structurally it works so much different than what you're used to playing nowadays. But man, I cannot stress how much I loved that game back in the day, and I cannot stress how much I really want this game. So I'm hoping that they're putting their best foot forward. This game's going to come out pristine and pretty and nice, and I just want the Jensen P12. I just want that it's the DeLorean. It's the one that floats, the one that looks like the DeLorean. And it's also, and like I said, it's gonna have all the DLC. So you're gonna get to do the Ecto one. You get to drive the fucking Knight Rider or Kit, whatever you want to call it. But and you even get the General Lee from freaking Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, obviously these are not what they're called, but that's what they are. And hell, it's got Cops and Robbers and Big Surf Island, which I never got. So, there's still some newities to it that I didn't get to experience the first time around. I never got around to getting the, the Big Surf Island, patch. So I get to play that, and I never played it the first time. So fun times are about to be had. Yay! So, but that's what that was one of the things that have been bugging, well, not bugging me, but it's been on my mind for the last few weeks. I really don't want to take this down a negative alley. I really don't want to take this down a serious alley, but it's also been on my mind for especially the last couple weeks. And it sucks. It really does. And I really don't want to sit here and dwell on it a lot because, like I said, it's negative, and I don't like being super negative all the time, but it happens. With everything that's been happening the last couple of weeks in Florida, in Kentucky last month, and in my neck of the woods in Westerville, Ohio, it's just getting, it's like commonplace almost. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't want to talk about this specifically because I'm going to do a separate video about this because there's a lot in this, but there's something more specific to video games that I'm going to address now. So, but if you want to hear my rant on gun control and gun violence and mass shootings and the super serious shit, I'll probably do something about that Sunday or tomorrow. Well, this will be uploaded Sunday, so it'll probably get uploaded sometime this week because it's gonna be talked about. I might save it for next week. I might save it for the first official LastPoint. That's probably what I'll do. But we're going to talk about it. I'm going to discuss it. I'm going to give you all my opinions and feedback and all that other stuff. I want to do a little more research before we delve really far into it, so it's coming. So if you want to have my 100% opinion on what I think about all this shit that's been going on for the last few weeks and is going to continue to happen over and over again, tune in on Sunday. So that's all I can tell you. But like I said, this does have to do with video games, and it's something that pisses me off in a different sense. But if you haven't read, and if you haven't been aware of this before, every time something like this happens, there's always some jack-off somewhere that wants to say it's video games' fault. Which it's not. It really isn't. It's like blaming violent TV for it. It's like blaming rap music for it. It's all trivial bullshit. So I've never heard a rap song that says, you know, that's going to rap and say, go to the gun store, buy a gun, and go shoot up a school. I've never seen a violent movie or TV show that says, hey, you know what would be a fun idea? Go buy an assault rifle and go shoot up a mall. I've never heard that in a movie. And I've never played in a video game where I've been able to sit there and shoot kids. I just haven't. In fact, case in point, if you've played Fallout 3, I've done this before, and I know this is how it works. If you play Fallout 3, and you go to Megaton or whatever, it's the city at the very beginning when you first start, when you first come out of the vault. It's the first major city you see. They've got an atomic bomb in the middle of the town. Town's probably got like 20, 25 adults and about 3 kids. Anywho, there's a guy there that will offer you money and a sweet condo and a fancy hotel in post-apocalyptic DC. And he basically says, I have the means for you to blow up this city, for you to arm the atomic bomb that is sitting down there, and we will set it off, and I will give you this sweet condo and this fancy hotel for you to get rid of the city. Or you can kill the sumbitch and save the town. Now, that's not what we're here to discuss. We're not going to discuss morality and all that other bullshit. We're going to talk about the key point of this. If you want to be a dick, and I mean a straight up dick, you can kill every single person in that town. If you really want to. You could sit here and methodically kill every single one. Now, I've done this in Oblivion and Elder Scrolls. I've gone when I was in the Thieves Guild. I would literally go from house to. I would go to a big city that has like 20 or 30 houses or buildings or whatever. Go there at night, steal everything. Now, if the owner woke up, I would kill him, but that's beyond the point. But I would steal everything, sell it to my fence, go to the next house the next night, and just do it over and over and over. Now, in this sense, you can kill every single person in that town, every single adult. Except the kids. You can try. You could take a shotgun, put it in the sheriff's son's face, who at the same time sat here and said, it just hasn't been the same since Dad died, knowing you're the one that killed him. You can shoot him in the face with your shotgun. Nothing happens. It won't let you kill a kid. Because, surprisingly enough, video games have morals. Who'da thunk it? What I'm getting at, they don't sit here and give you the idea of, hey, go kill people for fun. It's a video game. These are all supposed to be acts of entertainment or imagination or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is these things are not meant to be reenacted. Obviously. I don't think we need to sit here and put a warning at the beginning of every single movie. This is an act of fiction. Nothing that you see, hear, or observe in this movie should be replicated outside in the real world, or whatever you want to say. That these are all acts of fiction and they should not be replicated in the real world, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't care. But we've got good old Governor Matt Bevin from Kentucky, who's also the governor of the state from the shooting that happened in Kentucky in January. He basically sat here and said that these shootings are all because of people that play violent video games. And the thing is that we went down this road in 2011 when Congress sat here and passed that video games are considered free speech, which are considered the same as movies and music and stuff like that. It's freedom of expression, you know. No one sat here and said Grand Theft Auto caused me to go out there and, you know, beat up somebody at a red light, take their car, drive around, fucking run people over on the sidewalk, break into the police station, steal a gun, start shooting cops, and all this other dumbass shit. It's like, oh, I'll just die and respawn. No, that's not how the world works. Most, if not all, people know that movies are fake, that music is entertainment, and that video games are made from imagination. Imagination. But still, that's the thing. Video games are not meant to be, you know, hardcore, like, this is how the world works. You imagine if Overwatch was real, and some of the fucking crazy ass people that are in Overwatch, May has her ice gun, she would freeze your balls off, and they would not come back. Or you'll just respawn, and all of a sudden your balls are back. Or Junkrat, who goes around with a fucking grenade launcher and just shoots it because it's fun. And he has the rip tire where you... Imagine if that shit was real. We'd all be fucked all the time. But that's not really the point. It's just kind of... Why blame video games? What the fuck did they do? Not one game I've ever played has told me to go out and commit these horrible things. If you play freaking Modern Warfare 2, which came out way back in the day, says that there's disturbing images, there's a scene that, or a level or whatever that is got disturbing images and is, you know, is probably not suitable for all ages. And this was not an M-rated game, it was on an intentionally rated M game. And this still asks an adult, basically, who's supposed to be playing these games, not kids, if you want to skip the level. You don't have to play it. It doesn't affect the story. You can skip it and you can finish the game, or you can play it. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. The no Russian level where you go into an airport and massacre people. Yeah, that level. That level got a whole hell of a lot of flack. Remember when Bully from Rockstar Games came out, and they came out not long after fucking well, it came out a little while after Columbine, but still, that's not my point. When Bully came out, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is Grand Theft Auto at high school, where you play a kid that gets bullied, and he gets so fed up that he's gonna bring an AR-15 and shoot everybody." Remember that? Remember all that bullshit? What happened? Nothing. The only freaking projectile you had in that was a fucking slingshot and water balloons. Just because it's Rockstar and they make Grand Theft Auto and they intentionally make a game where you can beat up, well, I mean, you can beat up kids, but you get in trouble. Teachers chase your ass down. Security chases your ass down. You get in trouble. All these games where you have the freedom to do what you want have repercussions. And you don't, and that's what people don't seem to fucking understand when they sit here and blame video games. It's not like you can just go around and shoot people and nothing happens. You play GTA 5, you shoot somebody, the cops are getting called. There is people on the street that will call the cops and say, "Oh my god, there's a guy with a gun." What happens? The cops show up, right? You keep killing people, more cops show up. You start killing cops, the army shows up. There's repercussions for doing shit. You can't just steal a car and, oh yeah, woo. You might get away with it initially. I'm not saying you're going to get away with it. There might be instances where it's like, oh, killed that guy. I got away with it. Whee! Yeah, you die, you respawn, and all your shit goes away. But guess what? You die in the real world. There's no respawning, motherfucker. But I'm the bad person. I'm the person that's sitting here playing the video game and is going to go out there and reenact all the shit that I'm playing. You're retarded. But that's... it's sad. I don't know. I can't make this argument anymore. It's just... God. If anyone blames a video game or movie or music for what they do, they're full of shit. They're 100% full of shit. They are, because they're just using it as a scapegoat. It's an insanity clause. Oh, well, I wouldn't have thought of that if I didn't learn that it was okay to do in Grand Theft Auto. It's always a scapegoat. Why would you blame a game that you voluntarily obtained, that you voluntarily played, for the way you're acting? Come on. And you can blame... See, I'm starting to get into this tangent about what I was going to go over on... God. Son of a bitch. So, but that's all I really have to say about that without going into an extensive amount of detail. But like I said, when I do my video on Sunday, I'm going to go ahead and go in a lot more detail. I'm going to have a lot more facts to back shit up, and I'm going to really go over the epidemic we have here in the U.S. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And everybody seems to not care. See, I'm happy. I was watching Rocko's Modern Life. Oh, I know. We're going to change the subject like that. I was at FYE and I came across this box set of Rocko's Modern Life. Fantastic show. Really more fucked up now that I've seen it now as an adult. Now, I mean, I've seen bits and pieces since I've been a kid, but I can remember episodes very vividly because I used to watch it all the time. That with Pete and Pete, freaking Are You Afraid of the Dark, Salute Your Shorts, Hey Arnold, Real Monsters, As Told by Ginger. See, I'm naming crap from my childhood that I miss so much. You know what I really want is I want a box set of As Told by Ginger. That show was fucking awesome. And it's like, wasn't As Told by Ginger a show about 3 girls? Yeah, it was. But it was still superbly written, and where you have characters that actually change their physical appearance from episode to episode, which was completely out of the fucking norm back then. But and then Hey Arnold, I saw the Jungle Movie. Man, you know what? That had Jungle Movie was I actually liked it. I really actually did. There's cringy parts, but it's still a kids movie. But I really enjoyed the Jungle Movie. So why am I talking about this shit? Why does this matter to you? If it does matter to you, then hey, there you go. Fine. The 90s were so much fun. People weren't so easily offended, and people didn't blame everything on inanimate objects and all that stuff. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Parents aren't any less, concerned for their kids. Parents were just as concerned for what their kids were watching and doing in the 90s just as they are now. People like to sit here and say that people are a lot more butthurt nowadays. I don't know. I just don't know. I like to think that the world's changing for the better, but I don't know. If Bush had Twitter. Oh God, just thinking of random things makes you just realize how crazy the world is nowadays. We bitch about Trump and how he says the stupidest shit on Twitter. But he's the first president really has been around for the digital age. I mean, yeah, Obama was too, but Twitter was still kind of a new thing when he got reelected, and Trump's really the first person that has been on Twitter for years, and, he got elected, and it's like, oh, yeah, I got influence, yes. Bush didn't have a Twitter. Clinton didn't. Can you imagine if Clinton had Snapchat? Whoo! Oh, shit. It's just fun to think about. It's just fun to think about how little things in the world would be so drastically different just because of simple things that we do, that we have nowadays. You imagine what YouTube would have been like 10 years ago? Well, actually, YouTube 10 years ago, you could get away with a lot more shit, and you could do a lot more on here, and you didn't get copyright strikes, and you didn't get fucking blocked, and you didn't get your channels deleted because you uploaded a video from somebody else that somebody else made. But, you know, different times call for different measures, but I didn't get paid back then. Fuck, man. If only. I had some good shit, but it's too late now. I'm rambling, aren't I? Fuck, see, you're supposed to stop me from doing this. It's been 30 goddamn minutes. Shit. Anyway, we're going to end it here because I've rambled for far too long. If you're still watching, I got to give you props. Like, mad props. But let's leave it at this. Tune in Tuesday for the supply drop. We're going to go over all the new shit that's coming out this coming week or whatever. All the new games that are coming out. Any big news in the gaming industry. Trust me, there's a doozy. There's a doozy in here. It's coming. But we'll go over all the gaming shit that's going to be coming out this week. I think I'm going to go Thursday, because Friday seems a little close to Saturday, so we're going to go Thursday. Thursday will be This Week in WWE. We're going to go over everything that's happened in the WWE that week, you know, including NXT and 205 Live, biggest shit that happened in all 4 of those shows, and we're going to go over some of the biggest rumors to hit the airwaves. Like what's going to happen on Sunday. I'm not doing an Elimination Chamber review, but I'll go over it on Thursday after everybody's already done theirs. But we're going to go over it anyway. We're going to talk about the implications, especially since you got to figure there's going to be build for WrestleMania right after the Elimination Chamber on Raw. And, well, it's not necessarily SmackDown because they still got a pay-per-view to go through. And then Sunday or Saturday, just like I said, it's going to depend on my mood. It's probably going to be Sunday because I got to move Saturday. So Sunday will be the last point, and it'll be the first last point of the new process, and we're going to talk about gun control because I've already rambled on it 3 times now. So we're going to go in depth, and we're going to discuss why gun control is a myth, because it is. We're going to explain why. So I'm Jeremy Scott. Thanks for joining me here on youtube.com. Make sure to hit that red button down below. It says subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications because I don't upload every day because I have a life. Follow me on Twitter at Jeremy Scott LP. And yeah, that's where we're at. So sorry I bored you for a half an hour, but I had to do something. I had to gauge how the mic was going to work, how the camera was going to operate, and how my editing was going to go. So that's what we're doing. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the supply drop. Make sure to turn in because we're going to have some fun with that. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. I'll catch you guys later. If you look real closely, I got the Royal Rumble winner right here, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's actually the only WWE guy I have. And I have Zap Brannigan from Futurama. I'll see you guys next time.